stress. It's a stress relief and it's a means of power. As long as those tears are there to get the emotion out and not to hold it in, to where that emotion could be released in another way which is not befitting. This is why, brothers, combat sports is phenomenal. This is why I even go a little more general. Physical exertion is phenomenal. There's one time I was jogging, and subhanAllah, I started to think about a relative of mine that passed away, and I just started crying. And this was in my last lap when I was trying to run miles, and it was so difficult for me. And I was by myself, and I just started crying. It was crying because that physical exertion and also thinking of my relative and what I didn't do in their lifetime. It was a means of power. It was a means of power because I let it out and I let it all on the table, subhanAllah. That's why it's important as well to have good companions that are with you. This is why it's important to read the Quran al-Kareem and allow the Quran to be a means of causing you to cry. When you think of hell, when you think of heaven, when you think of the reality of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His mercy and His love and His honor and His strength and His greatness upon His creation, and then you think of your sins and that causes you to cry. That crying is the beginning stages of seeking forgiveness. When you think how you've wronged somebody, you ask for their forgiveness and you start to ponder over what you've done and how Shaitan took advantage of you. You start to cry. This is a means of power because you're letting it out. You're letting the stress out, which allows you to modify yourself in a much better way.